Hey, everybody. Welcome to Food Fight Friday at the Aid Station. This is a live show hosted by me, Jason Bahamundi, the founder of Run Try Bike, along with Adam Lee, the founder of Community Trail Running. In this podcast series on the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network, Adam and I, twice a month, give each other a series of food choices in which we have to either eat one of them, carry one of them, or toss one of them. Today's the Canadian version because Adam gets to play host and I have to answer the question first. But before we go to Adam, last week I asked Adam if he would eat, carry, or toss French toast covered in maple syrup and powdered sugar without any utensils. Would he eat carry or toss a sloppy Joe spiced with ghost pepper and no use of napkins? Or would he eat 2-day-old gas station sushi that was left off ice by the volunteers because they had so many other things to do? And as you saw from his thumbs up, he went with the French toast with Canadian maple syrup and powdered sugar. So now I'm going to turn it over to you, Adam. And I'm already laughing because I know you said you were plotting this out a week ago and figuring out with your wife what 3 Canadian food choices you were going to present. So over to you.
Nice to see you, Jason. Happy Friday. Yes, I've had a whole week to scheme to come up with what we think is the best.
Before you get going, I think next month I'm going to have you go first, so then I get the week.
You get the counter. All right. Okay, we can do that. I'll allow it. It's like the Barkley. You got to go the other way, you know?
Yes. Make sure you bring your pages with you when you come to the show.
That's right. Okay, so we're going to the east coast of Canada this week for our inspiration. Our good friends in Newfoundland. Sheena, my wife, she has family that way, so that's where the inspiration comes from. So your first, yep.
So it's pronounced Newfoundland, not Newfoundland?
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland?
But Newfoundland.
F-O-U-N-D?
Yeah, but you don't, it's not Newfoundland.
Hey, New Yorkers, here's a secret. It's not pronounced Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
I wonder what the Vikings thought of that. They didn't call it that.
Yeah, we don't get into that, okay? We're calling it Newfoundland. That's where we're jumping off today. So they have some very traditional meals out there. Winter in on the East Coast is pretty gnarly. So your first choice, I don't even have to say it's been left out. We can call it as fresh as you want. It is Fish and Brewis, it's called. So you got salt fish, salt pork, and hardtack, which is a hard, dry biscuit. This was really popular among sailors. And basically, like you add water to it so it gets like mushy again so you can eat it.
Oh, God. Is this something they use to play ice hockey to practice with out there?
This is something you ate in the winter, so you made it through the winter, okay? So that's choice number 1, fresh Fish and Brewis. Choice number 2, and of course it's going to have French fries involved apparently, is fries with dressing and gravy, it's called. So this you just take French fries, you put breadcrumbs, savory, butter, onion, and salt. It's like stuffing, like in a bird, that kind of thing almost. Yeah. That goes on top, a little bit of gravy. So fries with stuffing, or fries with dressing and gravy. And then the third choice is just a dessert from Newfoundland. It's called Newfoundland Snowballs. They're sweet little delicious treats. You can't go wrong there. So that's an easy one for you, but that's our Newfoundland inspiration.
Are the Newfoundland Snowballs chocolate?
Yes, they're so I had my little recipe included here, and then I've magically deleted it. So I don't want to screw up the ingredients here. It's sugar, butter, and milk.
Okay. Sugar, butter, and milk covered in chocolate?
Yes. Condensed milk.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. That's a lot of carbs, man. That's going to be long lasting. But I
do have a
lactose intolerance. Yeah, but I got a lactose intolerance. If the aid station's 20 miles away, we already know what's happening there. All right. So I have a hockey puck biscuit.
Yep.
I have Thanksgiving French fries, and I have the lactose intolerant candy. Those are my choices.
Yeah. Shit and snowballs, you can call them.
Like, look, it's hot. I sweat a lot. So like the salted fish and the salted meat, I'm like, that could help me with dehydration all along the way. That might be something to carry. And then eat the snowballs right away because again, I have lactose intolerance. I'm going to be going to the bathroom quite a bit, which makes the salted fish and salted meat an even more needed component in this distance between aid stations. But that hockey puck of a biscuit sounds awful, right? It's terrible, like dryness in your mouth. You're trying to run, you're trying to climb up the mountain, and you got this paste is what's going to turn into.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, and they also the meals that traditionally comes with these little thing called scrunchions too, which is like fried bits of pork that go with it. It's like.
So for us Puerto Ricans, fried bits of pork sounds great. We'd call those chicharrones.
I'm selling this. I'm selling Fish and Brewis to you, I think.
But then I love French fries, and Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. My American Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Birds and cranberry sauce and everything else. This is hard, dude. Like seriously, this is really, really hard. All right, it pains me, but I think I got to throw away the snowballs because I just don't want to poop. I'm going to be pooping already from gravy or from salted fish. So why add to that, right? So I think I'm going to eat the French fries, and I think I'm going to carry the salted fish with the pasty hockey puck of a biscuit. Reason being is, give me the salt from the French fries now. Give me the stuffing now. Give me that whole Thanksgiving celebration holiday feel. And as I'm moving along, I might need some more food. I get some more protein from the meat and from the fish, and I've got some salt in there for the hydration component. And I just got to spit up this stupid pasty thing every now and again as I get to my finish line of the next aid station. So that's it. We're tossing the snowball candy. We're eating the French fries, and we're going to carry the salted fish, meat, and biscuit. I think I nailed it, and I got great rationale.
You're moving to Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
All right, never mind. You're not.
But the best part too is right. The French fries have chicharrones for us. Again, for us Puerto Ricans, man, like it's ideal. It's perfect. Like we get some salty pork rinds on the top, chopped up. It's ideal.
You're just hitting home runs today. How about this? The East Coast speaks to you.
Well, maybe that was it. So as you were starting to talk about East Coast, I was thinking, okay, I'm a New Yorker on the East Coast. Is he going to have New York sliced pizza? Is he going to have like Pat's or Geno's cheesesteaks from Philly? Is he going to have saltwater taffy from Jersey? And then I realized this is the Canadian version, so none of that shit matters.
Nope. Don't know what any of that is by.
That's so perfect. When you and your wife were talking, what were your decisions? What was she going with, and what were you going with?
These were the ones that we nailed right away because, basically we went back to. I've only been to the East Coast once to visit Sheena's family, and we just went back to the traditional meals we tried because, her grandfather was a notoriously picky eater as well, so he was really funny because try anything he would not be offended, and he's like, I'm not eating it, it's gross. But we had like fried cod tongues as well out there. That could have made it on the list, but it didn't. It's it's fried fish. Like unless you get a really big fat one, then it's like a little squishy. But
you're just gnawing on this slab of fat cod tongue as you're running.
Yeah,
it's like a cigar.
Right? You knew there was going to be some kind of preserved fish. I mean, we were just dealing with winter up here, and if that's what we do, we preserve shit, all right?
I can see Adam inside like one of those little ice fishing, Adam inside like an ice fishing hut, pulls it up, throw it right in the salt. Got to save that for later.
Exactly. Just straight to preserve. Doesn't matter what it is.
In which case, when are we getting like jarred and preserved fruit for a part of our choices?
Oh, you don't know what it'll be. If I'm doing it all, it's just unlabeled. It'll just be a jar. You'll be like, oh no.
here's your fork. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy it.
My grandparents growing up, they would pickle everything from the garden, like everything, and they just called it like hot pickles. Like it would be spiced. So like if it was carrots, they call them hot pickles. And I didn't know any better. Like I knew carrots or whatever, but you just like anything in the jar, we just called hot pickles. So it wasn't until like I go away to college and I get some hot pickles from grandma. I bring it out, right? And I'm like, here's some hot pickles. And she was like, those are hot peppers. I'm like, no, they're hot pickles. Like everything is pickles.
Do you like Brussels sprouts?
I love them. You?
Yeah, I love them too. But I just saw earlier today somebody posted a jar of pickled Brussels sprouts, and I just thought, man, that's got to be somewhat weird because I
Yeah.
like Brussels sprouts when they're like caramelized. You know, they got like a crusty edge, but then when they're sitting in a brine, they're going to get soft and mushy a little bit. I don't know how
Yeah.
you would keep them crisp, but you know, the idea sounds okay until you start thinking more and more about it. And you're like, yeah, maybe not.
Lots of ideas sound okay.
Yeah. Like starting a business. This is a great idea.
Yeah. No one told you that, Jason.
Yeah. Nobody told you got to send out invoices. You got to call people for money. You got to make sales. You got to produce shit like this. You're like, oh my God.
Well, I love your choices. I have to say, I would do it a little bit different, but that's because I don't have the lactose intolerance. I would definitely crush the fries and dressing as well, because that sounds like an awesome snack right in the moment, nice and salty and tasty. Bring the snowballs with me because I love some sweets on the trail, and I don't want anything to do with Fish and Brewis ever again.
What time is it? I'm good.
I'm out.
Dude, thank you so much. For those of you who are watching, this will be on the Run Try Bike Instagram channel and the Community Trail Running Instagram channel here in a little bit. It'll also be available on the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network, and you can get that at any place you get your podcasts, including Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Adam, thanks so much. We'll see you next month for Food Fight Friday at the aid station.
Always a pleasure, Jason. Thank you. Happy Canada Day weekend.
Yes, happy Canada Day weekend, and July 4th will be coming up around here soon. So happy America Day too.
Happy Independence Day.
Later, man.